Well, welcome to my August update. We've got a lot to talk about. There's a new GSSR, and I'll explain what that is. Give an update on the boat and where we're at, talk about our cruising plans, and a whole lot more. So with that, let's get rolling. Well, first off, let's talk about what a GSSR is. That's short for Great Siberian Sushi Run. And well, let's see what that is. It's a trip basically from the US to Japan. And how this whole thing started was that clear back in 2008, we were at dinner with some friends, two other couples, each of which had their own boats like ours, a ocean crossing capable trawler. And the three boats, we were at dinner, we were in Seattle, and we had no real plans to cruise together. But we're just talking, and Bron Jones, one of the guys, kind of said, I got a fun idea. What if we were to go to Japan? And he had kind of come up with a scheme where he thought it was possible to run north, go up into the Alaska, take the Aleutian Islands, which run kind of the top of the world, and work our way across the Aleutian Islands to Japan. And the reason he thought it would be good is it's something called the Great Circle Route, meaning the distances between points, if you were to go north and come back down, would be shorter, plus you'd be by land all the way. And he kind of liked that idea, and the guys started talking about it, and the ladies started talking about it. And whereas I quickly pointed out that that would probably be a truly dumb idea and get us all killed, the ladies thought it sounded fun and started lobbying the guys. And we ended the evening with the guys convinced it was just a silly idea, and the girls convinced that they needed to convince the guys. So that's what happened, and they twisted our arm, and in May, well, in fact, we used the year to kind of start getting organized for the trip and reposition the boats so we'd all be together in Seattle. And we did it. We started going, and we went up to Alaska and went up into the Aleutian Islands, and we saw stuff that was unbelievable that very few people in history have ever seen. And we did it, and we arrived in Japan, and that was called the Great Siberian Sushi Run, or GSSR. Well, last year I heard that there was another couple that wanted to try it. It's not an easy passage, and this other couple, who I don't know at all, suddenly I saw a video saying that they were going to do the trip, and well, here's their video.
Get ready for a story of bravery, determination, and a touch of crazy. Welcome to the sequel of the Great Siberian Sushi Run, made famous by three Nordhavens in 2009. Our three-step plan is to follow in their footsteps, but this time in a 1969 aluminum trawler.
Step 1 was to get an affordable boat, which meant a fixer-upper. Tangaroa was built in 1969, and when we got her, she was in rough shape, which meant she needed a massive refit before our attempt to sail her to Japan. Step 2 is underway, fixing her up, and Step 3 starts the summer of 2025.
Our journey from Victoria to Alaska to Siberia and Japan will be off the beaten track. There will be bad weather, tricky waters, and things we can't predict. And we're sharing it all on camera. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly.
Subscribe, as it's going to be a wild ride.
Okay, well, I saw that video about a year ago, and kind of mentally I said, there's no way that they were talking about it, but they would never do it. But they actually announced that they've officially started, and they're working their way north in Alaska now. And, and I underestimated them because it's an old boat. I kind of thought, no, there's no way. But as I've looked at what they've been doing for cruising, and that they've been out in cold water, and that most importantly, they're skilled. They were on super yachts as crew, and he is an engineer. And really that's the most important piece of equipment on the boat, is the engineer who knows how to fix everything else. Well, all I can say is I wish them luck, and hopefully they'll do well, and I'm sure they'll have a great time, and it's worth checking out their blog. And with that, I'm going to switch to showing you the progress on our boat. And so here you go. I'll be quiet during this. Well, that kind of wraps things up. So let's talk about our cruising plans. What are we going to do with this boat? And that's a little up in the air. We had a moorage reserved in Hawaii, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to get there. The boat's coming late, and there's another trip we got super excited about, which is to go next summer through the Northwest Passage. That's a shortcut, I guess you'd call it, from the west coast of the U.S. to the east coast. We're going to go way north to the top of the world, make a right turn, and head through a narrow little passage that's got a lot of ice in it, and get over to the east coast. And to position for that, we need to be back in Seattle by next May. So instead, we're going to run down the coast to Cabo San Lucas and then go up into the Sea of Cortez and in Mexico, and then run the boat back to Seattle. And that'll be fun. That'll be fun, and I'll be blogging throughout that journey, and certainly across the Northwest Passage. We're very excited about that. And with that, I'm going to call it a day, and thank you for being here, and see you next time.